What's up guys, Joey here of Tech, and here in my hands is one of Vivo's latest smartphones called the Vivo V20. Now I'm pretty excited to show you guys what it's all about, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Starting with design, it's quite similar to the V20 Pro, and that's definitely not a bad thing as we get the same weight of 170 grams and a slimness of just 7.38 millimeters. It's also just as sleek with the AG matte glass panel that has 2.5D curves on the edges, wrapping around towards the shiny frame. The colors also look great. We also get the Sunset Melody and Midnight Jazz color options here. Up front, we have the 6.44-inch Halo screen, which means we get a smaller water drop notch to house the 44-megapixel eye autofocus front camera, as well as the speakerphone. This is accompanied by fairly slim bezels on all the other sides too. Checking out the sides, on the left we have the triple card tray with slots for 2 nano SIM cards, as well as a micro SD card up to 256GB, which is really nice. The right side houses the volume rocker and the nice textured power button. At the bottom we get the loudspeaker, main microphone, USB Type-C port, and a 3.5mm headphone jack for all the wired users out there. Flipping it to the rear, we have the cool rectangular camera module that houses a total of 3 cameras. More on these bad boys later. Overall, the V20 sports the same beautiful design language that we saw with the V20 Pro. Thin and light, but still feeling solid. And of course, don't sleep on the color options, they look great. Now checking out the display, we get a 6.44-inch AMOLED Halo screen coming in with a resolution of 1080 by 2400, which equates to a nice tight density of 409 pixels per inch. We get superb display quality with nice sharp details in text and photos, punchy colors, good contrast, and deep blacks. Brightness is also good enough for use in really bright environments. And since this is a premium Vivo smartphone, of course we get an in-display fingerprint scanner that gives us good security while keeping the phone's design looking pretty clean. Now moving on to the cameras. Starting with the rear, we get the 64-megapixel night camera, an 8-megapixel for ultra-wide angle, macro, and bokeh shots, as well as a 2-megapixel monochrome sensor. Again, same setup as the V20 Pro, so we know we're in for solid camera quality. And that's exactly what we get. Our sample photos show great quality with nice clear detail, rich colors, and solid dynamic range. With the secondary camera, we can also get ultra-wide angle and macro shots with excellent quality. Now for the front camera, we get a 44-megapixel eye autofocus selfie shooter that's also great at its job. It really works best under good lighting conditions where it gives us selfies with nice skin tones, clear details, and no graininess. As for video, both the front and rear cameras can shoot up to 4K at 30 FPS and feature gyro EIS. This results in sharp video quality with all the same attributes the photos have, at the same time eliminating a lot of shake thanks to the built-in stabilization. Now let's move on to the internal hardware. The Vivo V20 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G chipset with an Adreno 618 GPU along with 8GB of RAM and 128GB internal storage. Checking out the benchmark scores we got, the V20 shows solid performance in all tests. This indicates prowess in both overall performance as well as GPU-specific tasks like playing heavy graphics games. We were able to test out a few graphically intensive games, for example PUBG Mobile, and along with Vivo's game mode and multi-turbo, we get solid performance with virtually no lags or frame drops. It's not just the processor though, as we also get a large amount of RAM. 8GB is plenty enough to let you multitask freely with no worries with multiple apps open in the background. We also get a lot of storage at 128GB internally with up to 256GB of potential expansion. That's a lot of room to store whatever apps and files you may need. For software, we get Vivo's FunTouch OS 11 on top of Android 11 out of the box. This is great as users itching to experience the latest and greatest of Android don't need to wait for an update. Longtime Vivo users, on the other hand, will be greeted with a familiar UI, while new users can appreciate the customization options, quirky features, and of course, Joby AI Assistant. Now, bringing everything together is a 4000 mAh battery with support for 33W fast charging. This gives you enough mileage to last for more than a whole day with light to moderate usage. In our standard video loop test, the Vivo V20 lasted for a solid 19 hours and 36 minutes. And as for charging, that 33-watt charger sure is fast. We can confirm that it really can get from 0 to 65% in just 30 minutes, which isn't a surprise at all given Vivo's track record with battery tech. Now, to sum everything up, the Vivo V20 is a solid choice for those looking for most of what the Pro version has to offer, but aren't quite ready to take the 5G plunge. Because either way, you still get a sleek design, AMOLED display, great gaming performance, battery life, and a good set of cameras. And not to mention, you'd be saving a little bit of money too. Now, what do you guys think about the Vivo V20? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Joey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.